Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today we are making a very cool item from Hypixel Skyblock, which you have probably heard about. It's called the Ice Spray Wand and it looks like this. It is very cool, it is very OP, and it has an amazing ability which makes this kind of ice cone thing. It's kind of hard to describe, so here's MenacingBanana to describe it for you.
So if I had to compare this weapon to anything, imagine if the Ink Wand, an aspect of the dragons, and Slowness Potion had a child. Or if you guys have played the game God of War for the PlayStation 4, do you remember the part where you were beating on Baldur, you were destroying him, and then that one giant just breathes on you and just freezes you up and all that? That is the Ice Spray Wand.
I can't wait to make this. Also, by the way, some small disclaimers first. Today is going to be a part 1 and 2 thing because I haven't had a lot of time to make this. So there's coming a new episode of this thing next week. And also, if you want to suggest what items I should make in the future, please suggest that in the Discord server. As you maybe can see from my very not epileptic friendly warning here, there's a link to my Discord server in the description of the video, so go there if you want to suggest what items you would like. But without further ado, let's get into ice spray wand making. That's probably the first time anyone's ever said that. Okay, so what we are going to start with is just making a stick that has a tag, and that's very important because that makes it so that we can detect whenever there's an item on the ground with the tag here, so we can know whenever a player has dropped the ice spray wand, which is the mechanism I use to detect whenever we are going to use the ability. So by pressing this button I will get this stick, which also, if we take on the hidden tooltips, you can see that it has NBT tag, and that's the tag ISW, which means ice spray wand. Okay, so now I have made this big tower right here, and what does it do? Well, it is pretty simple. So basically this first one here makes it so that whenever it detects an item with the tag ISW, this tag right here, it sets the nearest player's scoreboard, which obviously the nearest player is the one that dropped the item because the person who dropped the item is right next to the stick, gets the score ISW use 1, and that's a scoreboard I made, which you're going to do after a while when you want to get this to do /scoreboard objectives, add ISW use, and then dummy, just like that. But I've already made that, so yeah. And then these next things are fairly simple. This spawns an armor stand kind of right in front of you, and then it's actually teleported so that it faces towards the player. So this makes it so that we can summon particles relative to the view of the armor stand, which is against the player. So after this we just give the player back the stick with the tag so we can reuse the item. Then we kill the stick that's on the ground, and we at the end just remove the ISW use score. And now obviously the ability of the ice spray wand is to make the ice spray cone, whatever you want to call it, that I showed you some minutes ago. But how do we get from summoning an armor stand to that? I don't know completely yet. But one thing I am sure of, and that is the way we're going to do this is by typing /execute, or not slash because it's a command block, but you get what I mean. Execute at E, type armor stand, and then, because this is actually assuming that there's just one armor stand, so I'm going to specify this a bit more because I actually did add a tag to the armor stand. And then it runs the command particle Minecraft effect, just as an example for now, and then this right here makes it so it's 1.5 blocks above where the armor stand, is standing. And then this thing here makes it so that it's actually a bit behind the armor stand. And I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. Okay, so here we go. Right now it looks like this. Not very impressive. But because of that relative view teleporting it so that the armor stand is looking at me, I can actually both view over here, and the thing is going to go this way, and I can do it here and here. And well, I haven't added a mechanism for removing them yet, so I can't do it multiple times at once. But you probably get my point. It's getting somewhere. And now I've made quite a bit of modifications to it, so now the effect looks like this. And I'm going to admit it is pretty cool, but it is not the same as in Hypixel Skyblock, so obviously we need to change this a bit. And also, if I summon it up here, it's going to fall down, which looks very weird, so I'm gonna fix that. The falling down bit is super simple. I'm just going to do no AI 1B, because actually when you give no AI to armor stand, it's not affected by gravity. Oh, never mind. Why did I think that was a thing? That would make no sense. I don't get why did I think that? It's obviously no gravity. Okay, now it should work. Yeah, that's more like it. Please don't ask me why I thought that. I have no idea myself. Okay, so now I've come into the stage where the kind of only thing left is to make the thing that makes everyone die, of course, but also making the particle spiral, which is not a very short process, to say it like that. And it's also very annoying, because as you maybe know from the Doctor Strange video I made, it takes a lot of command blocks to make a particle effect look good, and that takes a long time. And the problem is I do not have a very long time to make this video, so that's why I said it's going to be a part 2. But anyway, here's my plan. What I'm going to do, I am going to make a spiral, right? But it can't just be a normal spiral, because it has to kind of go farther away from the player, if you know what I mean. So I have no idea how to do this, but I guess you have to find out next week. So come back then for new command. I'm gonna make a smiley face. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a great time.